All right, what is up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Hopefully, this works and functions. I've done the thing. We've got DLDSR on. So last time I tried this, it didn't work very well. But I changed something this time and actually set my desktop to the same res. So DLDSR is the one where you can upscale and render at a higher resolution than your monitor actually is on, and then you can downscale it back. Well, it downscales back to the monitor's actual res, and it's basically the only way really. I have heard a few things, so there's some stuff going on in the background with DLSS, but without fiddling with stuff and like extremely recent updates, which maybe we'll talk about. The best way that you can actually get like the highest visual fidelity in this game in Tarkov right now is by using DLDSR to upscale a quality DLSS image and then crush it back down onto a 1440p monitor. So as you can see, I'm not running in 1440p. I'm not running in 1920 either. I'm running in 2160. Is this 4K? I can't remember exactly what 4K is supposed to represent. But this is like 2.25x or something. So it's quite, it's quite a lot. I've not changed anything here. I feel like streets might be a little rough on FPS. So because most of this is on GPU, it shouldn't actually matter, because like hardly anybody's GPU is running at full capacity anyway for Tarkov. But there is some implications for CPU as well in this, unfortunately. It's not completely free from a CPU perspective, but it does mean that on most maps, I won't be bothered, right? Because most of the time, the 4070 Ti Super will deal with it, and with the extra VRAM, it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, I mean, the other thing that I was thinking about was apparently Clem's going to come up with a video soon about DLSS. So apparently there's a way to, it doesn't say what it is here, but I think performance is it's like 40% like downscale, and then AI upscale, like renders at 40% lower, and then balance is like 55 or something, and then quality is like 66, something along those lines. And there's rumors of the latest NVIDIA, the NVIDIA app like update, allowing you to change what these are to basically override the downscale percentage. So there's one that's missing here that a lot of us would like, which is basically like no rescaling, but still using DLSS, which is DLAA. And that means that, well, DLAA is just way better than wherever I guess I can't turn it on now because I've got this on. But yeah, TAA high is like, TAA just kind of sucks. Whereas the DLSS and TLAA is great, but you have to take the downside of upscaling with it. Whereas DLAA, you don't. So apparently there's a way, like, I don't think you can get it to 100% to turn it off, but you can like change the slider or whatever, change the scale to like 95% or something. So it's like pretty much the same as your screen, so you're not really doing any upscaling, or like the AI is hardly having to do any work, so there's a lot less errors and whatnot. So I don't know, but that's not like in the game yet. I've seen a couple of murmurings about that. So yeah, basically the best that you can do for now is DLSS quality plus DLDSR to be able to get kind of good balance between the two things. So we'll see how it goes. I did a couple of little like testers just to see if it was going to just like blow up my computer, and it seemed okay. The capture card seems to deal with it just fine, so that doesn't appear to be an issue. Last time I tried it, it didn't work, because normally DLDSR you need to put it on full screen unless you set your actual res. So I can actually hear my GPU like whirring loads more than normal in here, which is really funny, because it's basically like it's dealing with the hideout in much higher like res than it usually does, which is interesting. So yeah, anyway, what were we saying? Why are they so expensive? Why are Slickers so expensive? Damn, Slickers Device is expensive. Jeez, maybe we won't craft that then. I don't know. Okay, so that's the one thing that we need for the next piece of Lightkeeper. I literally had just one thing left to go. Where's the military circuit board? There it is. Don't make him explain it all again. We'll talk about it as time goes on. Don't worry, we'll talk about it. It'll be okay. We'll get around to it. Hey, Spanky, what's going on? Sony Intra XD and 4080 Super still get stuttering. Is that local machine or BSG servers? Just out of interest. My 1070 can't even spell the DLDSR. Yeah, so basically what I was just saying is, in short, there's two settings that you can kind of fiddle around with from a video perspective. The one being DLSS, where it renders it like this, quality being a bigger rendering, balance being slightly smaller, and performance being even smaller than that, and then it upscales to the full res of this. You can offset some of the downsides of that by basically rendering the game in higher than it's supposed to. So my native res is this one. So that's what my native res is. But with the NVIDIA app, you can actually unlock these ones, so you can actually do it higher. And then it uses AI to crush it back down. And so the combination of the two things ends up actually kind of, it just gives you like a lot better quality. Let me see if I can show you. Let's just run factory scav for a second, and we'll just see. Maybe factory's not the best place. Should we try? Should we do? Maybe do a different map. What map's like best for kind of looking at the graphics? Like woods, streets. I mean, streets is a pain one. We could just like run streets. It's like it's playable. It's actually playable. Also, I can change it if I want to, right? One of the great things about this is that all I do is change res. We could just do streets. No, I'll show you what it looks like. We'll just do streets. Isn't that DLLA then? Not technically, no. Technically no, because what it's doing, it's a weird like roundabout combination of stuff. So like what we're doing right now, I wish we could just do DLAA, because that would kind of do what we want. We're having to sort of do like a roundabout thing because Tarkov doesn't support DLAA. So we're basically saying like, here's my monitor. DLSS renders this and then upscales it to this size. Right? That's what DLSS does. DLDSR does something different. So what it does is it's rendering this and then it's crushing it back down onto my native res. You see. So this is this deep learning super sampling, I think, and then DLDSR is DSR is dynamic. Oh, the hell is this one? Super resolution. Is it dynamic? Dynamic super resolution. So this used to be a thing, and then they added a deep learning version. So this is the AI one, basically. I can't remember exactly. Why not just run it native? Because then you have to deal with TAA anti-aliasing. So this is where it comes full circle, right? TAA anti-aliasing sucks. It absolutely sucks. And maybe I will show you this as well. So, but you could run these two things together. This is the thing. So DLSS runs it smaller. It gives your GPU like a bit of a breather. But you get you know, what downside? You get ghosting. See, my screen's really tiny because I've got all this stuff going on with the res and stuff. So you get like ghosting, which is the main one, and it's not really flickery. You do basically get a different. You get basically NVIDIA's anti-aliasing, which this replaces TAA, which is the main reason why I use DLSS. Yeah, FXAA is even worse. Yeah, it's even worse. There are better AIs, but Tarkov doesn't have it, which is kind of the problem. What else is the issue with DLSS? So, I mean, it's mainly ghosting. It's ghosting of different formats. This is like stuff going behind other stuff. Reticles in particular. Like things that are like really bright against other things. Okay. So what DLDSR, the issue with that is like the issue with this is GPU usage. You see. So this increases GPU usage, but because of Tarkov's like weird mechanics in general, you know, 90% of players are CPU bound. So you normally have this GPU usage free. You have this headroom to, you know, do what you want. So normally this doesn't actually change much. Like right now, yeah, so my CPU, what are we looking at? So the CPU, because the CPU is like kind of weird, right? In EFT. Because it's all dependent upon your like specific cores. So my CPU is looking like this, baby. So where we're spiking is kind of like it's probably this core. It's this third core always seems to be the problem. This is the one that's like bottlenecking everything else. So even though it says it's like 38% or something, like particular cores are spiking up and bottlenecking the whole system. Then GPU wise, now this is never normally this high, you see. So I'm currently, I mean, that's actually gone really tiny. So this is at 77%. This is normally never this high, which is actually kind of neat. So what does this look like? So streets is probably the worst for it. As I said, there is some implications for CPU, unfortunately. Whoa. Yeah, update NVIDIA driver, get NVIDIA profile inspector, uninstall NV out under the little. You have to do all this stuff. I have heard about this. Oh my goodness, my scav's absolutely jacked. Yeah, I've heard about this. I've seen it. I'm not sure if I want to do it just yet because you have to like fiddle around with a lot of stuff. So I'm not 100% sure about it. So we'll see. But anyway, so like let's see if this makes any difference. I mean, to be fair, I'm not actually GPU bound, so it shouldn't matter. This is 60 FPS. I wonder why that's so low now. But the beauty of this is that if it is low for whatever reason, you can just switch back to native, for example. Let's see, does that make any difference? So it literally makes no difference. Like it's all because of CPU. So what's just happened now is this. This is you can probably see hold on. You can probably see the moment that I turned it back to native. Like I opened up the menu, and that's what caused this spike here. So I opened up the menu and it caused this spike, and then I turned it to native, and that's the difference. So like I get no more FPS by running in an insane res. So like this, you know, see like this kind of thing up there. I actually feel like this was better without preset K. Actually, but if I that was on DLSS, it is. But if we go to this one, it's a lot less glitchy. It is still a bit glitchy actually. Oh, so right if I zoom in. Let's see if I don't zoom in. They're quite thin, so maybe they're always going to be a problem. Yeah, so they're glitchy now, you see. If I'm zoomed out too much, then it is just, I think they're just too thin to even be fixed by DLDSR. But now you can see the difference here. They're like really stable. Insane res with same frame rate equals better. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Keep in mind 100% res breaks DLSS. Yeah. Can't stand TAA. So if we take that off, because we can take this off, right? We can run like native res and then turn this off and then put TAA on. This is TAA. Like it hardly renders these things. That's actually not too bad on that bit, in fairness. But like, you see this? These chains? Like, really, really, like, glittery. I think there's some like, yeah, it's like that. It's like this kind of thing. You see like there? It's like really flickery. And like, look at all the stuff in the distance. It just looks awful. And all of this. See this here? You see all the chain link fences? They just look absolutely awful. I wonder what happens if I just do DLDSR plus TAA. Alright, it's still quite shimmery. Let's just go back to DLSS. I've never like done a proper test of all this stuff, so I normally leave it to Clem. Oh, can you see how much more stable the picture is? It is in some ways, actually. Yeah, it is and it isn't. See that weird like scanning? That's the upscale. This thing. This is the upscale. What are the DLSS presets? Yeah, NVIDIA has a super computer that processes how DLSS algorithms should process presets. K is just the latest version. I wonder, can you just change it like live? What were we on before? We were on like D or something, weren't we? So you can kind of see actually. I don't know whether it comes through with the recording, but you can see how it's like kind of glitchy and weird at the top on D. If it is swapping, I think it is. Yeah, maybe. I don't know actually. Missing any input delay? No. No input delay. Input feels fine. Yeah, Twitch is going to be a limiting factor. Yeah, I mean, of course. You probably want to look at it on YouTube if you want to actually see what the difference is. What have I actually got here? Oh, an AK-12. But I mean, it's playable. I mean, I'm running 5800 XVD as well, which is not too bad. But like, yeah, it makes quite a big difference. The quality at a distance. I mean, if I turn that back down, again, this is native res again. Don't know, where would you be able to tell? It's like distant trees and stuff. Like, you know, when you're looking through foliage, DLSS gets a bit confused sometimes and it sort of garbles the image a little bit. It's like not necessarily that clear. But it's got more image to deal with if you've got DLDSR on. It's just a bit clearer. Yeah, you can run 90% DLSS. Yeah, no, I've been hearing about this. I haven't done it yet because you have to, you know, podge around with stuff. But I wonder where the PMC's on this map. Yeah, and I mean, look, this is with all the stuff on, so it's actually performing kind of okay. Yeah, this is like full quality DLSS plus DLDSR streets, which is running at 70, which is about where I normally am. I normally run at about 70 on streets. Somewhere between 60 and 80, depending on where I am normally. I found the power lines on the main street and the guardrails and the roofs will show you. Yeah, the guardrails up on this one. There's some like weird patterning sometimes on some of the textures. We can go to the main street and have a look at the power lines. I mean, power lines are like the most obvious thing. Power lines are like super obvious. Reserve fences if you do a video. I'm not sure whether I'm going to. I know that Clem is going to do one. That's scavs. It's just scavs looting. I know Clem's going to do a video very soon about like a bunch of different stuff. What do the presets mean? DLSS presets, all DLSS presets mean is how big it's rendering first before it upscales. That's all it means. So like, yeah, with this combo, you can see these power lines like really clearly. This is I would say this is mostly DLDSR rather than anything else. Because if I just change my thing back to native, you can see they're kind of like, they're not really, they're there, but they're not really. They're a bit like speckledy. And if you change that to TAA, then they're just like non-existent. You know? They're like hardly there at all, and they appear as you move. Oh, those other presets. I mean, yeah, sorry, these presets are just the models. They're just the models, so I wouldn't worry too much about these. Basically, the latest one is the best one, really. I mean, and that was it. I think that one. Oh yeah, that was in this res, wasn't it? So if I push the res up, it helps a bit. TAA is still a bit crappy, but yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's situations for all of these things where some situations it's going to be better with one. You can see how nice and stable the picture is now, though, with this combination. But yeah, there's always going to be situations where one solution is better than another solution, etc., etc. What if your native res is 4K? Can you still use DLSR? I think you probably can, except your DSR settings will be different to mine. So DSR, what are they? So the DLDSR settings. Let me just remind myself of what the yeah. So it's either 1.78 times or 2.25 times. So you turn them on in the NVIDIA control panel, and then you have those two options basically, which get added to your desktop. Now, so I fixed the issue. So one of the things about DLDSR is that it's a bit less well supported just in general than DLSS. DLSS just works, whereas DLDSR is like kind of annoying in some ways, because it kind of affects everything, which is the problem. So because it actually is like changing the way that your PC sees the resolution of your monitor, normally you need to have it on full screen. And the only way to avoid having it on full screen, because I don't like having stuff on full screen, especially when I'm streaming, because alt tabbing is like really annoying and it like flickers and it's a real pain. So the way that I've avoided that is by changing my desktop res to the DLDSR res. So rather than being in 1440p on my desktop, I'm now in this res on my desktop. And that's why I could just like change between these, because they're all smaller than my DLDSR res. So that allows me to just change between them seamlessly and have it on borderless full screen, which means that then I can drag stuff in, right? That's I want to be able to do that. I don't want to not be able to do that on stream. That'd be really annoying not to be able to do that. Was that just have nothing in it? Weird. I wonder all the PMCs. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, preset K, a minor refinement to the transformer preset J, which showcases improved temporal stability, reduced ghosting, and enhanced detail in motion. It is supposed to be quite a lot better. I mean, it's you know, I like DLSS anyway, so I'm sort of like immune to its downsides at this point because I've used it so long. I just know the score. I should have kept that. But yeah, it's honestly pretty good. But yes, as per the conversation over on Twitch, DLDSR plus DLA would technically be like the best graphics that you could get. Where should we go? Apartment. Doesn't seem to be anybody. I haven't heard anything, so what's my exits? Vent shafts, catacombs. Pardon, I'll climb off. I don't really need anything anymore, like items wise. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of frame gen. So frame gen is sort of the, you know, the dark arts of AI stuff. But the frame gen for me, it makes the game, it makes any like Twitch shootery type of game just sort of unplayable. To be honest, I don't like the input lag. It's just it just feels bad. I missed the simple times when the 1080 Ti's were king. DLSS is so good because of texture, clarity, motion. It is good. It is good. Like, I hardly notice any problems at all, really. It's very nice for that stuff. Right. Whenever I go into post office building, I always feel like I'm just getting shot in the head. Maybe we'll just run Cardinal Apartments. I mean, I think I proved the point, right? It, like, basically that has no impact on my GPU at all. My GPU memory is 13.2 out of 16. Maybe we can make some fun cabinets down here. Anything in here? Yeah, there's no perfect setting. Why didn't I go through? Oh, clicked it. Yeah, there is no perfect setting. Yeah, frame gen. You basically that's the issue with frame gen, right? Like you basically don't need it. It works when you don't need it. It works best when you don't need it. I just got here. Did you show DLSR setup at the beginning of the stream, and or will you do a video on it? I am not sure. I might. I actually might. I might at this point, because now that I've done it, and it's not actually that bad. Yeah, I might do it. I might do one. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, for my system, as I said, I'm really not bound by GPU really whatsoever. Like even now, my GPU's running at like 75%. So it's really not being like, yeah, I'm still CPU bound. Even pushing my res up by 2.25 times. I'm running all the other settings that I do, like SSR and everything else. Update, yo, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? Have you increased the bit rates on the stream? Nope. I run 20k on YouTube, and the usual 850 or whatever on Twitch. Any predictions BSG is going to do 1.0 during this year? I don't know. They could do it in Christmas, I guess. Not sure. Howdy, Payne. What's going on, man? So yeah, it seems to be working quite well, you know? I mean, so the long and the short of it, right? The DLDSR setup that I've gone with is activate it in the NVIDIA control panel. So you go into the DSR settings and you tick the two boxes, and then you have to wait for the screen to flicker like a billion times. Then in your desktop, I set it to borderless window. I set it to the DSR res, just because it allows you to alt tab in and out. So that's why I did that. And then in Tarkov, all you do at that point is just set your resolution to the bigger res, and then put DLSS on quality. That was it. That's all I did. That's all I did. Seeing up to 170 FPS. What system do you have? Yeah, so there's some new way of doing. I've got way too much ammo and stuff. I need to sell some of it. Huh. But there's a new way of getting the DLSS quality higher than the current preset I've been seeing. Apparently, in the latest version of the NVIDIA drivers and the NVIDIA like inspector third-party app, you can set the preset amount. I have to remind myself of what they actually are. Gosh. Yeah, so this is the DSR settings. This ended up being like a mood board of like DLSS. Quite funny. Because those are the DSR settings. And then DLSS settings. Balance, quality. What are the percentages? Yeah, it's roughly this. Okay, there we go. So So DSR factors gives you 2.25 times or 1.78 times. You can scale it depending on what your GPU's like capable of doing, how much headroom you've got. And then quality renders at like 66, balance at 58, and performance at 50% of native res, and does this. So it renders low like this, and then upscales it to your monitor. Then DLDSR renders in a bigger res and then crushes it back down onto your screen. And the combination of the two sort of gets best of both worlds in the absence of DLAA, which it seems like now you might be able to do it with some kind of workaround, like roundabout route, but I kind of want to chill. I don't want to be like, I don't know, I don't want to be the first person to be doing it publicly. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, eh? Disable DLSS for more GPU usage. Yeah, okay, so we did cover that a second ago. The problem with that is that you then have TAA, and I really hate TAA. Did you ever try lossless scaling? I did, and I thought it was awful. Well, it was okay for what it's for, but it's I don't think it's very good for Tarkov. Is the issue? I don't think it's good for Tarkov just because it's input lag is just too much of a killer in my opinion. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's sensible. I'm just going to save this as like vector quick or something. Okay, so what do we have to do today then? After a big long conversation about graphic settings and all the other stuff, we've got to go and do this. So yes, it was yesterday. Yesterday we were looking at just cleansing the palette and doing some fun stuff. Today we're going to go back and do this because now that the SJ9 came through in the scav case, not scav case, cultist circle, now we've got to kill 7 raiders. So this means we don't have to like sweat it out and fight people over Black Room or any other room for that matter. And it means that we can actually just kind of wait it out. We sort of just want to wait it out until the raiders arrive because there's not really much point otherwise, in my opinion. So we're just going to take some like cheapy kits, whatever. Actually, I think that the stash even looks like slightly clearer and cleaner. I mean, it's running everything in a higher res, so it should do. What have we got here? So this is all class 6. I don't really want to run class 6. Maybe I go and buy. Can go and buy one of these. Get a couple of rollers. So suspicious that is. 3 finding raid ones. I'm usually suspicious of the dollar purchases because it normally is a scam. It's normally not worth as much as. Wait, no space. Why? Oh, it went. Wait, how did that go in there already? I'm not sure how that went in there, but anyway. Gosh, interested in my eye. Didn't feel like I got any more input lag. Normally run at 50 FPS, probably a big difference. Even on streets, I would say I feel the input lag there. I mean, you feel it. The thing is, you feel it more at lower FPS. That's the problem. But it did feel very different to me. I didn't like it when I tried it. But each their own, right? It depends on how you want to play as well. Like if you're playing, so some people are more sensitive to it than others. Depends on like, I really just don't think it's playable in that way. But some people don't really care, so it's kind of whatever. Right, so we're just gonna go 45 vector. This time I saw somebody singing its praises the other day on my vector video, and they were saying, "Oh, I've been taking it to labs and it's great," and blah blah blah. So I thought, "Oh, we'll just take it and we'll see." They're easy to load up as well, which is a right godsend. Means they're nice and fast. Alright, let's get these things loaded in here. I'll take a nade or something. What else? Is that it? I don't think I need anything else really. Guess we'll take the Batwolves with us. Anyway, anything else in the labs? I've got a couple of different bits. Weapon testing room and yellow and whatever res unit. The thing is, I just want to kill raiders, so we just kind of want to stay out of trouble. That's the thing. I'm not going to do any crazy plays. Like last time, I need to kill 7 raiders. Last time, it just took me forever. We hardly killed anybody. We didn't get anything done with Black Room or anything like that, so... Yeah, if I was on NVIDIA, I'd just get the new NVIDIA app, set the DLSS scaling to 90%. Well, you have to... It's not just the new NVIDIA app, right? You have to get NVIDIA Profile Inspector as well, I believe. I don't have a solution for stutters and lack of response. My M2 SSD spikes at 100% at a time. Have you got RAM cleaner on? Like, maybe it's a RAM cleaner thing? Profile Inspector, why? I thought you needed it. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I think the issue is with the latest NVIDIA app, I think you had to use Profile Inspector, if I remember correctly, because the option for Tarkov to change that bit to 90% isn't active. Like, it's technically not supported, even though it like can be. I believe. Have a look at some of the threads on Reddit. That was what I gleaned from it, and remembering back, but I can't quite remember now. I think that was the reason. Don't quote me on this. Oh, we're gonna sell a lot. I think that was the reason anyway. Shame that you have to wait until raiders spawn, not entertaining streaming content. Yeah, well. Sometimes it's just what it's got to be. So what happens after this one anyway? So after this one we got Key to the Tower. So this is the one where you hand in all the stuff. I wonder if there's a... I don't know when you get the... Like... When do you get locked by timing? I can't remember. I'm not sure if it's on one of those or not. I don't remember. And the app is waiting on whitelist change for it. But yeah, you can just do it yourself. I know. I'm just a bit nervous about that. Is all. BSG are like... BSG are funny about many things. Not really sure where I want to be for this, to be honest. Yeah, wouldn't be concerned. Doesn't touch anything to do with the game. I know. I know. In theory, that's certainly true. Any plans to get Kappa? Actually, no. I decided that kind of on that same vein as we were just talking about. Was that someone going in the res unit? Yeah, kind of along the basis of like, it's not interesting stream content or whatever. Going for Kappa, I feel like, isn't that. I have more fun doing the stuff like I did yesterday. Doing like challenges, marathon challenge, hardcore, that kind of stuff. That's what I want to do. What's the best place to farm 10 Funraid Labs access cards? Running through on your scav. 100%. Easiest, best way. Right, I want to start, like, we've got to press some buttons. Oh, it's the wrong door. Huh. It's in the next corridor, isn't it? In it. There's so much chatting about graphics. We didn't like actually play any arena or anything like that. Sort of a shame. It means I'm going to be quite rusty when it comes to actually fighting anyone. Pull this button as well. Basically just got to try and get raiders to spawn. Need steps how to get better at predicting players. Predicting players is like that's primarily a oh. That's primarily, what would I say? That's like a experience thing for the most part. I think that's somebody blowing up barrels. Yeah, that's the tricky part about that. Is that it's mostly about experience, right? And like looking at different different routes, experiencing different routes, knowing where people are going to be. Unless it's a GL. Almost sounds a little bit too consistent for just being. I mean, it could be explosive barrels. I'm just thinking like, okay, so where we're going to go next to do buttons. There's another button. I guess we've got to go to parking and stuff next. Let's get down here.
Gold.
I guess we could press the other button down here.
Nice to see you.
Yo, Z! Thank you for the 28 months. Appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it. The tier 3 as well. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, we're experimenting with some different graphics today. We've got DLDSR on. I've got it on the 2 times factor. Sorry, 2.25 times factor at the moment. Which is pretty sweet. And, yeah, it's like not really affecting my gaming experience at all, really. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now giving a 5090 vision. Not sure Tarkov looks as good as I thought it would. I mean, I guess this is the issue. Like, Tarkov's doesn't really benefit from a 5090, I suppose. That's pretty sick, though. How did you get your hands on one of them? They're a pretty penny. Yeah, I'm using the 2.25 factor. What I'm using. I thought we may as well just crank it up as high as it goes. Why not, right? 5090 with like, I mean, what could you possibly justify running a 5090 with on EFT? It's got to be like 4K plus DLDSR plus like insane. I literally just on scan. Huh. I was seeing from loads of places that they were just like none available. This is a crappy place to walk because people could see your legs underneath that that barricade. There's a lot of fighting going on upstairs. 2080 blew up. Damn. Happens eventually, I guess. It's one actual advantage about that I quite like about having a dual PC setup is that I have like 2 GPUs that can technically run the game in case one explodes. 5090 for home neural networks. Yeah, when you're running... What's the one mechanics? What's he called the mechanic one? I don't remember now. Elisa or something? I can't remember what you referred to her as. Run around, press all the buttons. 32 gig of memory. That is nice. That is certainly nice. Yo, Deep, what's going on? Woods at 250 FPS. See, I need a CPU upgrade, really. I need to go up to... I need to go up to M5. I really do. Alright, well maybe we just go towards hangar gate. Who's that in there? Don't know. I've used DLDSR for a while now and like the clarity. I wasn't using it simply because you had to do full screen mode for it. And when I'm streaming, I like the ability to alt tab and put that stuff, like put other stuff on my monitor so I can show people things from like Chrome or whatever. So that's why I haven't been using it, even though I did actually quite like it. But then I did have a play around because it also, you know, I've got to think about the capture card as well. It interacts a bit weirdly with the capture card. But if you put your... I'd seen this as a solution, but I hadn't done it, and I just hadn't tested it. If you put your desktop on the resolution that you want, then you can do it, and it works with the capture card too, which is actually pretty sweet. So it's a nice combo. It does actually work really well. Yo, hey Mike. Running 5000 XD 4080 Super gameplay usage of GPU is like 40%. Obviously CPU banned. Anything I can do to make Tarkov use GPU more. That's it. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about now, basically. You're in pretty much the same situation as me, except I've got a 4070 Ti Super, so it's close to the 4080. 4080 Super, but like just a bit worse. I don't know how much worse, but like a little bit. And that's why I'm running DLDSR, because that pushes up your, like, my GPU usage right now is like 85%. I don't get like insane frames, but I wouldn't anyway. I'm almost certain. Alright, gotta be right careful here. Is that Raiders? Don't know. It's hard to tell, actually. Maybe it is. I think it must be Raiders. Ow. Maybe not. Whoa! Holy crap. This is not a good way to enter. Target rich environment. Yeah, there was that other player. Worried about this thing. Actually, I could go up this way. I can go up the staircase this side. Did this dude just like murderize all the bots? Maybe. Ow. I didn't even hear myself get hit, actually. Right, let's get a couple of bags reloaded. Have I killed any of these guys yet? Where's the mechanic man? Oh, we killed one. Okay, we killed one. Anyone else had less FPS since patch 16? I mean, yeah, since patch 16, sure. Right. See if we can grab any more this side. God, I keep getting my gun caught on that section. One sec, I'm just going to go and check my plates just to make sure I'm not going to suddenly die in like 2 hits because I've got no actual armor. Well, they're both about the same. Okay. Just fold your stock. There's probably a truth in that. A bit more ibuprofen. I think it's still happens you fold your stock. I think so. I think so. Rough day at work today. Thanks for cheering my day. Hey, no problem. No problem. Annoyingly, yeah. When you got the vector pistol, so I took a headshot as well at some point. Running on borrowed time. Oh, there's... I'm literally there. Okie dokie. So I wonder if this has been pressed. Okay, can't press. Or being pressed. Already been pressed. Scared the living crap out of me, that did. Does that just continue to play now? It usually stops when it's open now. Or have they changed it? It sounds like the gate's still coming open. It's kind of weird. Between you and Jesse, I'm going to feel compelled to visit labs. Has Jess been playing labs? Not Jesse too. Where's the scav over there, boys? Why is this thing just continuing to play the audio of this gate? Maybe it's changed. Who's doing scav over there? Scav spotted. BS Mountie, welcome in. What? What even happened? I don't even understand what happened. Why did my gun go up in the air like that? What? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. Who's this guy? Just a guy. I mean, it's early hours, but I mean, he's just a guy. I don't know. Don't know if aim punch could get that crazy. It was like the same way as like my arm next to the wall before. I don't know. One of those shadow plays, see what it is. Yeah. 200 hours in and 500 raids. Well, it's 370, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's like half of them are scavs. I don't know. I think this is the same guy. I mean, I don't know, man. Some people like have a go at labs. I don't think he wasn't playing like super weird. I think it was the same dude who like shot me in the head there before. Let me see if I've got. Unfortunately, because my shadow play type thing is over on the stream PC. Let me have a look. Playing labs. Let me see. Oh, I've actually got it caught on here. Hold on. What actually happened? I think I just got my gun stuck against the wall. Again, the Vector seems sort of cursed in that way. Don't know what the problem is. Like every time I try and like ADS and fire with it, my gun just gets like stuck against the wall for some reason. I don't really understand what's going on. Yeah, maybe you were so close to the wall, even the minor aim punch pushed the gun to the wall. I don't really know. I kind of want to try it out and just see what's happening. Because it's kind of annoying. Like, that guy should have died, 100%. How to use DLDSR? You want to basically... You got to turn it on in the NVIDIA control panel. So you go in and you set the DSR factors, which are Well, I'll show you in a sec while we're loading in. I'm going to load into an offline raid just to see like what the hell happened. I want to sort of re-simulate that little section. See if I can make it do it again. So you basically go to NVIDIA control panel, as it says here. Manage 3D settings, and then set the DSR factors. And you want to set the DL-based DSR factors. So the DL-based DSR factors are the ones that are deep learning. So they're the AI ones. What's up in there? Don't know. Broken my MS Paint. I don't know what happened. So those are the deep... Oh, sounds weird blur. So then you want to turn on either of these, 1.78 or 2.25 times. And then you can put like DLSS quality on. But what I would do, and what I've done to make it manageable, is set your actual desktop res to the DLDSR res before you set it in Tarkov, because it means you can actually use it means you can actually use like borderless full screen without having to be on like strict full screen. So I find strict full screen quite annoying. You can't like alt tab. We're at tank FPS. I have a 5800 X3D and a 4070 with 32 gig of RAM. So you're probably in the same situation as me, where your GPU usage is like bottlenecked. It's because I'm. It's because I was leaning at the same time. This is why. Fucking. It's because I lean. It's because I leaned. I think this is it. It's because I leaned while I was walking up the stairs. So I'm like clipping the back of my gun on here, and then aim punch is like forcing the gun up into the sky, making me not be able to shoot. See how it kicks? I mean, it doesn't look as bad as it did, honestly. It must be something to do with the aim punch combo. Okay, well, don't lean into that wall is the advice. Stay away from the wall. There you go. Yeah, by the way, it's apparently changed DLSS base render. Yeah. I've seen... I think Clem's going to come up with a video soon. I think you have to use NVIDIA Profile Inspector to tweak some stuff, but good science. It's worth checking, right? Like I like going and testing these things out afterwards. What is DLDSR? DLDSR is Deep Learning Dynamic Super Resolution. It renders the game bigger than your screen and then uses AI to fit it back onto your screen. So it basically gives your PC more information to work with. And so it then allows you to get quite a good allows you to get like a nice yeah, it's like reverse DLSS. Why is this not working? Okay. Really slow for some reason. Yeah, it's like inverse DLSS. That's a good way of putting it. So it renders big and then uses AI to crush it down. But you can run it at the same time as DLSS, which renders small and upscales to the size of your monitor. You can actually run them both at the same time. And it kind of allows you to run some simulation of DLAA without having DLAA support within the actual game. So it's worth running the TCs, right? I would have died on the first encounter if I wasn't running it. I ran the 2.25 times. So my native res is 1440p, 2560 by 1440. And then there's two factors you can choose. The DSR factors, which is 1.78 times, which is this one. 3413 by 1920, but I'm actually running it on this one, 3840 by 2160 at the moment. And yeah, you can run it without DLSS if you want, but then it means that you've got anti-aliasing on TAA high, which I don't like TAA. And a lot of the issues with DLSS are kind of like mitigated by having this DSR stuff on. So DLDSR. So basically, if you've got GPU headroom, then it's at least worth a try. Might just buy a couple of these. Not that one though. Should probably buy a couple of these too. Never to begin to die with them, are I? Done a video on this yet? No. I don't usually make videos on graphic stuff anymore. I know that there's a new thing coming, which is basically being able to use the NVIDIA Profile Inspector to allow you to run, so DLSS, so we were saying before, so DLSS, if you're running DLSS itself, that renders at these things. So performance renders about 50% and then upscales it. Balance runs at 58% and then upscales it, and quality runs at 66%. So the more upscaling it has to do, obviously, the bigger the artifacts are going to be, but the lower GPU usage there is. There's a new tool. Well, there's a new, not a new tool, but like the NVIDIA Profile Inspector apparently allows you now to change this number. So you can set a custom number. So you could run quality preset at like 95%. So it's basically not having to upscale at all. So then you're mitigating like almost all of the problems with DLSS, but getting the anti-aliasing quality that you don't get on TAA. And then you can use DSR if you want to as well. Depends on how much headroom you've got. I probably wouldn't be able to do DLAA and... Why am I running this one? I don't have enough mags for this. So I've got too many mags for this one. Let's go Thunderbolt. Yeah, I probably don't have enough GPU headroom, I wouldn't have thought, to do all these things at once. And DLAA, I would guess. I mean, maybe I do, I don't know. I'd need to try it. I am not sure. Okie dokie. That's annoying that guy killed me. But it's alright. We live and learn. Another day, another annoying thing about labs we learned. I mean, I can't believe last time we learned the shocking fact that there's 2 entrances into Black Room. I was literally unaware of this as a feature of the game, which is was a horrifying discovery. But you know what? Better to look like an idiot in a moment and then know for the future than never know. And that's the way. That's the way. Right, let's just chomp this back down. Should probably take a full one, shouldn't I? Okay. Let's take a grenade or so. Right, let's give it another try. We've got to do... How many have we got to do? I think you need 50. How many raiders was it? 15? I got 3, I think. Just found a Cough DM on reserve D2. Nice. Got a badge look. Thanks, Ben. DLDSR plus a thing would be more or less running native 4K with DLAA, so I doubt you'd be able to run it. I agree. I agree. Set internal rendering to 2x, that'll tell you roughly. Yeah, I guess so. Compared to just DLSS, it's clearer. At the expense of GPU usage. But normally people's GPU usage is like, you've got loads of headroom. So I think it's I actually think it's pretty good. Doesn't seem to make, like, on streets, which is like, but that's super, super, super processor heavy. On streets, it literally makes no difference whether I've got it on or not. Tarkov doesn't technically support DLAA, no. There's apparently this new way of doing it so that it is kind of that. So, sort of. But it's not supported. That's really annoying, dry cough. Yeah, you can make DLSS mostly DLAA. Yeah, that's the new tech, isn't it? Is there a chance DLDSR will increase? No. DLDSR, so DLSS alleviates GPU performance, so it makes performance either better or the same. DLDSR puts more strain on the GPU. So it's either worse or the same. You can sort your stash while matchmaking? Yes. Yes. Huge quality of life. Yeah, so try DLSS. Like, DLSS is alright. It's good. But, DLSS gives your GPU less to do. DLDSR gives your GPU more to do. Because they're basically opposites of each other, kind of. You know, DLSS takes the, makes the screen smaller and then upscales it. DLDSR does precisely the opposite. Just makes the screen bigger and then crushes it down to fit. Pretty much on those lines. It's for TLDR what we're trying somewhere, so Giga does have to repeat it for the 17th time. No, I didn't think about that. I should have thought about that really before I started, shouldn't I? Labs is kind of weird now, because, like, people know you're in here because all the lights turn on. So you know there's somebody in the room because they've, like, hit the proc sensor. It's, like, it's very odd. Is that explodey? It is explodey. Not ideal, is it? Yeah, basically points to run DLSS, DLDSR at the same time to get the effects of TAA without the downsides. Well, kind of to get the effects of, like, DLSS anti-aliasing without the downsides of upscaling. That's basically it, yeah. So I kind of want to get downstairs via server. Is that something? A very specific box. 50 AE FMJ. Is this new? I've literally never seen this before like this. They added a new box for this? Or have I just never seen one before? Am I right in thinking whatever res you run in Tarkov while using DLDSR, use the same for your desktop? That's what I'm doing right now, because otherwise you have to you can run it differently. But if your desktop's running in 1440p and you try to run in one of the higher res, like if you try and run in one of the higher resolutions, it has to be an exclusive full screen if you do it that way. And whenever you alt tab, it's like changing the res of your screen every time you alt tab, which is like really, really annoying. So I've set my desktop res to that so I can alt tab, because then it allows you to use borderless window. And then also you have the ability to use any of the others, right? So if I can go to native res if I want to and just change it down like this. So you see on labs it is actually making a difference. So I'm like at my I actually have my frames capped at 120. That's like a old hangover from single PC streaming. If I change it to the first factor, it's still capped at 120. And if I change it up to the second factor, which is even higher, which is up here, I think that then does start to affect my frames a bit. So now it's at 100. So there is some effect on labs. Labs is one of the maps so that is like least CPU intensive. Probably because limited amounts of AI, right? There's not even really any raiders on the map right now. They probably come later. And my GPU now is at 81. So yeah. Who's this person? I'm just waiting for raiders. I just want raiders to appear. Hey, I just wanted to pop by and say I just wiped out all of San Antonio's guards with one M4 60 rounder. Nice! Good job, man. Also issues with Unity's 2022 render pipeline using full screen as a lost performance. Oh, weird. Does it look better? Yeah! I think it does. It doesn't look a million times better, but it makes the picture more stable. And if you're not really giving up anything for it, then you kind of may as well. On streets, it literally... And this is the thing, like, I don't need to run 160 FPS on labs. I don't actually care, to be honest. Anything above 85, and I can't tell. On streets, it literally makes no difference at all to me. And that's the map I care about. So it's like the maps that have high FPS, I'm happy to reduce those a little bit, because I don't need that FPS anyway. Given the fact that it doesn't affect streets, because streets is so CPU bound. Do you have shown me the bad latch? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It's a cool one. Does this fix the weird flickering shadows? It certainly makes them better. It's one thing that's nice about it is it does make most flickering better. Not all of it. Doesn't fix everything, but hey, now you're in the middle of the testing. Would love to hear your opinion. When it's not painfully frustrating and ain't proper Tarkov, what do you think about it? I don't know if it always needs to be painfully frustrating. Oh god, I always think that's player there. I think it always needs to be painfully frustrating. I think that's, you know... I think that's sort of missing the point a little bit. I think that's sort of leaning too much into... Nikita says the game shouldn't be fun and therefore everything about the game must be miserable. That feels like raiders spawning, doesn't it? Jessica Zan was doing labs all day. I hope yours are going good. I'm just trying to kill 7 raiders, to be honest with you. There's one. I always find this bit a bit sketchy, actually. If you screw this up, it's quite hard to recover. Is DLDSR the same as DLSS? They're kind of like opposite each other. I'm going to try and go the other way. Now that I've poked the bear. I don't want to be shooting through mesh, if I can help it. Oh god. It's freaking like 4 of them. Oh god. And they're starting to slide around and do weird stuff. I get a bit nervous. 2. Let's just check, see if there's any more. We know there's more. Try this side. I'll just turn this on. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, we did it. Okay, play the rest of this then. Bemusing with the idea. Yeah, I don't think it has to be frustrating, but it should at least be challenging. That's the thing. Challenging and frustrating aren't necessarily the same thing. One can lead to the other, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that way. I'm about to run out of painkillers. In my opinion. Why can't you put flares in grenade cases? I don't know. Yeah, the gun you're running is literally me. Yes, exactly. I think there's another one. How did that guy end up in there? I feel like there's one more raider. Or maybe I killed both of them because there was one. There was one more guy here. Yeah, so that was the 4 of them. Okay. Huh. Damn. Oh well, we finished the quest. That's all I care about. I was like, we may as well just try and, you know, take some of these people. As soon as, like, I didn't hear them at all until they came on the stairs. I guess that kind of makes sense with the door being shut. You don't really hear people through the door. You didn't really have much choice there, except just to die to a 2-man. I thought maybe we'd be able to take one out. It don't really matter. It's alright. We can hand it in, at least, and get on to the next part. Interesting duo play. One baits, the other shoots. One just like bounces across. Yeah, I think they heard me either like just like spin on the spot or something. So I was just like, I couldn't have run. I just had to fight them. So I had to just man up and try and fight them. Right, assessment 3. Cool. That's taken us quite a long time, hasn't it? Fine. So, how long does this take? Assessment part 3. Okay, so it is actually 24 hours apparently. And we got to go and find the transmitter body after that. Then there'll be another 24 hours. Okay, so we're doing like winter 1 a day mode. We go actually over here. Scouts on ground 0. Lol. Vent shaft. Probably actually quite easy. 16 scouts on ground 0. PMC operatives and tests over 35 meters. Only 17 mil at level 53. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of, I get like, I keep grinding a bit and then I'm just like, oh, why, you know? And then I buy stuff. I'm just like, oh, I'll buy. What I buy? We bought last time. We bought like green, yellow, and black. I think I was just like, well, whatever. Spent like 5 mil on this and. How much are these? Like 1.5 mil or something. So I like most. I've actually got loads of money tied up over on Arena, bizarrely, of all places. Yeah, like I could have more cash, but it's kind of like, why, you know? Not really any point. I kind of get lazy with the hideout and stuff. The more I make, the more apathetic I get about making more, because it's just not really necessary. Although sometimes I regret that in the end. Actually, the end of wipe. I feel like I'm getting more and more lazy as time goes on with farming like cash or whatever. Because I used to just be like, oh, I need like a ton of stuff. What should we do? Should we do? I feel like just doing like random things. I'm not going to kill 35 PMCs. So 25 PMCs. I'm not going to kill 25 PMCs in like 5 days. Just no chance. I mean, my total PMC kills the whole wipe is what? Like 180. So it's just no chance. I think we should just do... Let's just do some stupid stuff. I feel like doing like random bolty things. Let's kill scavs as a bolty between like 9 and 5 AM on customs. I think you can... Can you wear... I think you can wear MVGs for that, can't you? It's not the other one which prevents you from doing that. Yeah, you're allowed to wear MVGs, so it's kind of whatever. What time is it on costumes? Good question. 1:40. So what was the deal again? What did it say it was? Well, I guess we can technically still go. Do I even have any bolt actions? I have AXMC. Could go gore now. And 4 major cables from fully upgraded hideout and standard account as well. Nice. Is that including all the lab stuff? I'm not finding the lab stuff, honestly. I just can't be bothered. I simply cannot be bothered. Yes, good job. Good job. Yeah, they're hard. They're not easy. They're really, really not easy. It's been like 2 or 3 wipes since I got those. I think I found one of them last wipe and just gave up doing the other one. I just couldn't take it anymore. And stash upgrades. Yes, that's good. The thing about the stash upgrades, I'm always like, I'm more impressed about the labs ones, because the labs ones they're like just straight up hard to do. Not that it's like not difficult to get the stash upgrades, but like but I guess the items are annoying. It's like just money. It's a lot of money, obviously. Yo, how's the raids going? Okay, we just did our labs bit. So we killed the 7 raiders that we need. Tods should count for both action kills. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, what should I take with me? Should I take like the signal pistol? I was tempted to farm the like red flares with it, but I'm not sure if I can really be bothered. I should probably take another gun just in case. What else should we take? Could take a UMP. So I was using on labs. This ammo at least, not the UMP, but actually I quite like the UMP. Bizarrely, it's like a guilty pleasure of mine. Genuinely quite like that gun. Putting in new ibuprofen. 4 is a bit light. We got 2 splint as well. Swap this over to a better one. Any interesting customs kit? I mean, I guess we're just killing scavs. I don't really care. Killing scavs at night time. Where is the food as well? I'll just eat that. Okay. I'm actually going to swap these because that like screws with my muscle memory. Right, let's just see if we can get some scav kills with the old bolty. It don't shot the bullet, it's a shot. Definitely counts though. Are you liking the DSR? I actually do like it, yeah. You're using APM? I am. I watched your video actually to learn how to get them. I found multiple current converters in yellow. I found GPS booster in dark offices on a desk. Spent for 20 or 30 mil kits on the kits during that grind. So when I did it and got both, it genuinely took me a month. It took me 50 raids. I mean, I don't play as much as the other streamers, so it genuinely took me a month to get both of them. It was 50 raids, 50 labs raids. It was a lot. It maybe kind of not want to do it again, to be honest. I mean, that time, I actually kind of enjoyed it and ended up getting a bit better at labs. But like anything, you know, I haven't played consistently on labs since then. And so every time I go back, I'm like worse than I was when I went in the first place. It's like kind of sad. But never mind. Do another 0 to hero. They are fun. They are fun. Alright, it's 11. I'm out. Kill 3 NPCs for you with him. I'll try. Why not run factory to farm the 25? Can you run factory? For these guys? The problem, the only issue with factories, you don't actually see that many scavs. In my opinion. Oh no, this has to be customs. Which 25 are you talking about? I think you're unlucky on spawn rate. I feel that lab's surprisingly normal right now. I had a lot of fair fights. I mean, I've played a bit of labs. It's pretty normal for me. Normal thing. I either get killed by somebody who's got less than 200 hours or people who are like just really, really good. Always bring a green flare. I should. Did something happen to the last 2 episodes of ScavTalk? So there's one that's going up today. I don't know if it's up already. Hopefully it is. The last week, we had scheduling problems and we couldn't actually put it up. We didn't actually get to the recording. Unfortunately. How do you feel about the Ash? I think the Ash is bad. I think that the bullets are okay, but it isn't made up for by the guns just like terrible handling. It has like awful ergo. You just can't make it any better. The recoil is not good either. It's not as good as M61, and M61 is like pretty plentiful. 20 rounders are kind of rough. The fire rate's sort of low. Like it's just bad. Yo, KDA.
If you were to min-max, what is the full meta loadout?
Right now, it's probably Scar. It's probably, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you feel about the Scar, but I think it's probably like Scar H with a drum and Death Shadow. Like classics front back in a rig like this, Stitch Pro P or AUCPC. And then I mean, some people would argue that the 50 round is not better, which I could see. I could understand that argument.
Gold, please. Colon D cool. Thank you.
Right. And then, yeah, what else? I guess just usual meds. Happy Doctor, thank you for the 4 months. What else is kind of meta? I mean, some people like the MDR. Some people like, you know, the Scar without the drum. So it sort of depends what you're going for. Yeah, 308, yeah. So M61 is that, I think, is just clearly the best. And there's like no question about it. See, I've not used much PVO scope kind of stuff using DLDSR. So it'll be interesting to see like how low it gets in different scenarios. Looks like Sniper Scav's like not alive. So will hopefully be some scavs roaming around here at some point. What's your call up for this building? I don't have one because I play solo. Flare pistol with green flare loaders. I think green flare is actually just better on its own, personally. Best headphones and helmet. So yeah, if you're gonna run like the best headset, but you want something that the depends what you want to run. I don't know. Can you get the class 5 or 6? Like, 'cause you can't get the Bastion headplate anymore. Can you get the class 5 one anywhere? You're kidding. You're kidding me. Who's looting like down here? Right, where's the scav? Okay. You like the slap plate from the guide? Do you actually? That's crazy. How do you feel about PvE? It's fun with friends. Like, if friends don't want to play PvP, then it's certainly fun with friends. Getting shot at or something. Like, somebody's still outside him. 99%. M4 is the solution to all gun problems. I mean, I do love the M4. Damn it, Scav. Can't be seen good. Come back, Scav. Unless it isn't a scav. I think it is. Someone smells the beef. I know they can smell me. They know I'm here. Times when you could run a limited level 6 helmet. Yes, it was crazy. Just being permanently concussed. It's exactly how it used to go. Ding! She was like the constant ringing in ears tinnitus. Urgh. That scav underneath? I don't even know. Got to be a scav, surely. Can hear him doing the old spin. There he is. Is that gonna work? It is. Good. Right. Roaming scavs? There's the rest. Any others? Certainly heard something. Can't tell exactly where that scav's gone. Is that scav there? No, it's just a bush. Probably kind of got to get a move on, otherwise it's going to be later than 4 AM. There's a video idea for you. Can we shoot through that? Shoot the various structures in Flutter? It's not a bad idea. It's quite time intensive is the only thing I would say about it. And I'm not sure exactly how useful that ends up being. It's a little niche. No, not necessarily a bad idea. I think that was that scav just like rustling down there the whole time. Yeah, it's still pretty dark actually. Just heard a crunch. Oh. Okay. How many more we got to go? UMP a good weapon? I genuinely think it's underrated. Who's this for? This is old Mr. Man. Okay, we've got 2 more. Yeah, I think the UMP is actually kind of alright. Oh, that is a scav. Now, where'd he go? Crap. All right. Okie dokie. So, now we just need to get to trailer park, RUAF roadblock. I guess we'll go RUAF roadblock if we can. See what some of these scouts have got. Will you make it to prestige? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, saying that, like, yeah, no, I just don't think I am. I'm only dipping into some of these because I'm sure. Big sausage. Sig FMJ. I've not seen these before. Like maybe I've just maybe the scavs have got more ammo, but like more different kinds of ammo. But I swear I haven't seen half of these ammo packs before. Was that a scav? Yeah. Where did the scav go? Oh. Yeah, Insomnia is cap, unfortunately. Where's your FPS? My FPS is up here. When you think wipe, I think it's probably going to be August again, I imagine. I would guess. Yeah, how to enable DLDSR. So if you've got GPU headroom, and basically if your GPU runs anywhere under, 40% or whatever, then I would argue that you're CPU bound, and you'll probably be better off. Well, you could probably benefit from DLDSR. So you go into NVIDIA control panel. You go on to manage 3D settings, then you go to DSR factors, and then you enable the 2 DL-based DSR factors, so it's 1.7 times and 2.25 times. Then what you do is, so what I've done, this isn't strictly necessary, but what I've done is I've set my desktop res to one of those 2 factors, whichever one you want to use. I did the higher one. Does make it slightly more awkward to do stuff on your desktop, but it means that you can use it in borderless window mode, which I prefer personally. And then in Tarkov you just set it to the same res, the high res that you've enabled, and then put DLSS quality on, and hopefully you should still be, you shouldn't be crazy on GPU. Oops, missed that entrance. Hopefully you'll be still at 70-80%, and then it'll basically just look clearer without really giving up anything in terms of frames. Because for me, I'm very heavily CPU bound, so on those heavy CPU maps, on those heavy CPU maps like streets, it doesn't actually make any difference to me whether I'm running DLDSR or not. So I've got exactly the same FPS in both situations. See, if I had the signal flare, I could go out of that extract, but I don't have it. Unfortunately, I cannot. Yeah, if your GPU is below 100%, your CPU bottlenecked, basically. Could it theoretically be memory or something? I'm not really sure. So it means it's overwhelmingly likely to be CPU. Yeah. I actually keep forgetting that Customs has a green flare now. In all seriousness, I actually often forget that it even has one. I think I kind of like permanently wiped it from my memory bank. After that one time when it didn't work. Oh, they got rid of the jump over. I never normally path this way. Watch out for the shooter born in heaven, farmers. Oh. Blue flare. So funny when you get the use out of them. I think all the extra storm are in the back flare. I think it's okay. I think it's right. Always done TA high, my sharpness done through monitor does it really good in footage. Does DLSS AA look better in post? Depends what you prefer, to be honest. It kind of depends what you prefer. I think it looks better. I think it looks better on like detailed stuff like power lines, fences, gratings, like railings, anything like that, personally. Do you think test drive will be changed this wipe? Unsure, actually. I don't know. I feel like maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure. We've got a long time to go, so it might get changed. I think do I need to find the BTR again and get in? I think I need to get into the VTR another time. I don't think I have a quest right now. I think I need to either hand... I think I handed one in and I need to go and collect the next one. I just haven't seen him. For a little bit. Or if I have done, I've been in the wrong place. Kind of deal. BSG Dev said not to hold out hope on the change will soon. Yeah, I think it would be one of those ones that comes maybe with the wipe. I don't know. But that means you're going to be waiting for... Well, your account will be reset, obviously. But that means you'll be waiting for like 5 months. 4 or 5 months. Oh, the cult circle's done. The gift is bestowed. Oh, great. The absolute classic. I'm dripping out. We're balling out of control. Okay. Did Tarkov Shooter 5, finally. Eliminate sniper scouts whilst using bolt action rifle. Oh, yes. Forgot about that one. That one's like kind of dull. I think you can do them sometimes in like 1 or 2 runs. I've historically always done mine on shoreline. Because sometimes you can get like multiple scavs spawning. Another ES lamp for the pile of ES lamp stuff that we need to do. Where'd you get APM from again? There's a craft under... Oh, it's Tarkov Shooter 3. Okay, so I can technically craft it already. Maybe you use something different? I don't know. Use this random M700 that I picked up from some guy. Okay. Wait, did I somehow drop a ump mag? How's that even possible? Oh no, I only took 2. I did only bring 2. Yeah, do I need to go back to BTR? I need to go back to collect the next quest. That's what I need to do. Yeah, so anyway, what time is it? Shoreline land. 5-7, 5-7. Okay, maybe we just go like regular. Just go run it evening. See what else what could I want on this one? Maybe I bring paracord. Just remember to put it in the slot this time. I'm sort of tempted to take the signal pistol with me with what do I have in this thing? Random yellow flare. I'm tempted to take one of these. Take a red flare signal pistol with me. Because you get the opportunity, you know, if it's just like really boring, you can just call flare down. Are you getting a giga trim at a Turkish barber soon? Yeah, I need a haircut desperately. I've been meaning to have one for like 2 weeks now. I don't... DLSS and DLDSR or anything like that doesn't have input lag. I'm almost certain. Yeah, DLDSR, what is it? Yeah, basically the opposite of DLSS. Renders big, crushes it down small. Is that SD mod 2 rig using only Final Raid? I think so. Let's check. Stitch Profi Defense 2. Yeah, it's Final Raid only. The default is 2 Kiteco Class 6s. You can find them on the flea. You can buy them on the flea. How's the Gigafam? Good. Yeah, doing good. Doing well. Doing well. Managing the, you know, the rising and falling tempers of 2.5 and 4.5-year-old. It's not always easy. But, you know, doing the job, doing what we can. Doing well. My eldest is going to start in school soonish. September. Actually, I probably should have just kept that in there. Delete these. It's kind of in the way. And that. Keep it up. Thanks. What's a bolt action? Did you decide to do the bolt action stuff for Kappa? Not really. I just sort of thought, well, I don't know. I just sort of felt like it. Especially with, I think especially after grabbing that Mosin the other day on the hardcore run, I was kind of like, oh, it's actually like could be kind of fun if we just like chill. And I've got a quest to do it without killing PMCs. So I'm kind of like, you know, I've got a goal. It's not required me just like wait around for players. I just thought it might be fun. Like I always claim how much I hate bolties, but every time I use them, it makes you play in a bit of a different way, and it's not necessarily that bad actually. I don't like waiting around for players. That's the issue, and I always feel like really annoyed if I just suddenly get like jumped in a fight and I'm, oh dear, this doesn't look good. I'm going to crash. 2 primary raids underrated. Miss 7 870 with me at all times. This looks like it's exploded. Bang. gone. I'm getting a lot more crashes after some of the updates recently. Well, again, suggest running 2-gun kits. I mean, I'm doing that right now. I'm doing it now. I know it's bolties, but a lot of practice in last area using my secondary when I'm out of ammo. It's a good idea, actually, because you can whip out the pistol, right? And you got the extra speed. The speed buff. Do you get speed buff when you're out of ammo? I don't guess we just have the quick swap, don't we, now? You can just quick swap to your pistol. I have quick swap set up as my primary. So I have 3 just as like fast swap pistol. And then I have control 3 as slow swap to not use arm stamina. So it's like if I need it or I forget, I'm just going to auto use I'm just going to auto get the quick swap. If I'm like just moving stuff around, I'll remember to do control. 6-hour culture circles are no longer giving me quest or hideout rewards. Oh, elite endurance doesn't. Yeah, the fast swap doesn't affect you that much. Yeah, that's true. Even it's not that bad actually. It's not that bad. I mean, when you need it, it's worth it. Yeah, I don't take a secondary in arena normally. Maybe I should add like a little pistol or something. Because now that I'm doing a lot better at arena, I run out of ammo a lot more than I used to. I've been using 2.25 DLDSR for a couple of years. Forgot I had it enabled. Nice. Yeah, it's that funny thing, you know. More money, more problems, or whatever. Like, actually getting better at like the game mode, last hero or whatever, and it's like, oh, now I need to think about ammo and stuff. Costs a good bit of points. I divide my defusal kits and last hero kits just for secondary habit training. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's a shame really because pistols are so cheap in the base game. I guess it depends what you bring, but what are you bringing actually? Are you going pistols? You bring like 5.7 or something, or something a bit more like, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. You could run AP 6.3 and like a. Or you could go USP. I mean, USP with 45 AP probably hits really hard. I mean, it's what I've got in this vector. Not vector, this UMP. I mean, it slams. Oh, 226. What ammo did you put in that? It's like PvP or something. I think 6.3. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's fine, right? 6.3 is fine. Shoot him in the face. The difference isn't that much, especially now that they nerfed the damage on PvP. It's a bit like. I think it's now one of those where if you hit them in the helmet and it pens, they still don't die. So it makes you wonder why to use it, you know? And the damage is so much lower. So it's a shame. I don't know why they nerfed PvP as much as they did. I think it was overkill. Right. Nice spawn in. Got an AK-104. Funny. The timing? Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just cooked in this raid. Wait, where's my FPS counter gone? Okay. Just wanna have it up there just so we can get an idea. Yeah, I kind of want to make it up to sniper scav. I'll just park here for a second so I can reload this bad boy. Oops. Wrong ammo type. What kind of combo would you do then, Deep? What's your favorite 2-gun combo, or like a shotgun and like a DMR or something? I mean, that's sort of the same thing, I suppose. That's the issue. Normally, I just run one weapon that's, you know, usable at all ranges. It's normally how it goes, right? It's why people end up, you know, going with stuff like M61 assault rifles and whatnot, because it's just like covers you in every eventuality. Man, I think I'm getting tired. I mean, my eyes are getting a bit funny. It does look clear though, doesn't it? It does look clear. Nice clear picture. 80 FPS is fine for me, I don't mind. MP7 is a good sidearm. It's really, really good at close range, and it's cheap enough as well. And the ammo's like really good. And also, once you're max traders, it's not that expensive. What's a scav doing? Where'd he go? Who can say? I hope people didn't kill Sniper Scav, because I often find that people just leave him alone. I don't. This Scav's just like disappeared. I don't really want to just run out. He's vaporized. Oh, where is he? How odd. Unfortunately, on this raid, I missed all of the start of raid info. You know, I didn't hear anybody and didn't get to see anyone or listen to any shots or anything like that. A bit crappy. Can you disable the skill improvement notice? I don't think so. Not as far as I'm aware. The sniper scav would normally have shot me at this point. Guess they've been killed by someone. I don't know where that scav went before. I really did not know. No clue. I feel like I'm hearing stuff. Yeah, he was off for a jog, exactly. Once you try this out, I'm here still trying to find the best visual settings for 7900 XTX. I mean, that should have enough grunt to play, I think, and do, you know, do what you need to do with With the FSR stuff, if you want to do it that way around. Mid, long range, semi, close range, full auto combo. Usually, but not always the same caliber. As examples, SAG, AK-105, SKS for something, M4 semi plus M4. No, yeah, it just feels a bit like, I don't know, for the M4s, I sort of understand. Maybe SKS, I don't know. Just like, maybe if you're running it with a red dot or something. I kind of get it. Can you get out the back here? I just can't remember if there's a break in this fence. We could probably get out with parkour. No, not quite. I don't normally come in the compound itself. Good reason for that, yeah. Yeah. It's better. Can't even get arena matches on OCE. Nah, that's a shame. Can you get Last Hero games? Like, Last Hero I find pretty easy to get a game in Europe. Thought I was a player for a minute. Good one times and a good magnified. Yeah, I mean, I do love good one times. What a good one times dedicated. I do like that. I am partial to a good one times. Intriguing. That wasn't at me. Oh, a plane's coming. It wasn't at me, but it was at someone. Don't know if it's someone actually over here, I'm not sure. Oh, that's actually miles away. Maybe I've got the far side. Actually waiting for a ranked Last Hero playlist. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Swoop time frame. Don't get back to Fortune. Not gonna Asia anymore. 150 ping. Oh. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know much about fixing it on AMD, to be honest. Getting stuff to work on AMD. Yeah. Is that our scav of the day? Might be. Oh no, there's the other one. How did that miss? You need to tweet it, Nikita. Remind him it's been 2 years since he told you they removed turn speed modifiers. God damn it, that's true. Yeah, the M700 suppressed sound is... It's a beaut. What should we even do here? Should we try and... Has someone taken the car already? No one's taken the car. Did I even bring money? I didn't even bring money. Can we get money? Where's cash registers on this one? Is there one in that other place? I ran through before. Oh, I can just take Red Rebel. I know, but haven't really done anything. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. Although there was... Oh, yeah, there was a crate over there, but... It might say, like, airspace contested. We might need to wait around for a bit. Should you try signal pistoling? Airspace congested. We can wait, but there's some stashes down here. It's alright. Might be cash register in admin. Some saves. Yeah, maybe. We'll just wait around, wait for the airdrop. I think it's like, what, 10-15 minutes or something? And the other one didn't drop that long ago. Or like, it wasn't super recent, is what I mean. Just go shooting scavs for sport until we hear the plane coming. Maybe. Damn it, dude. Increased cash change has really been S tier. It's been good. Yeah, it has been really good. I agree. Usually quite a few scavs down here. Didn't even see any. UMP is a laser, baby. I genuinely like the UMP. I actually seriously think it's underrated gun. I think it's actually alright. Using 45 AP, I am indeed. It makes the gun sing. Compact, high ergo, close range gun, and a suppressed long, lower ergo mid range gun. Yeah, that's true. It does give you that option. Why do I feel like there's a teammate skulking around? Thought that was a player then. Huh. Should probably not get tunnel visioned over that direction. He's like right in the open as well. That sucks, doesn't it? Budget guns with no recoil and good ammo is a funny combo. I mean, it works. Oh. Crap. Funny because the UMP is pretty bad IRL. Feels like you earn money. I peeked way too long there. I guess that was the friends. Good to flank. What'd I get killed by? MAIAP? Oh, holy moly. Maybe, maybe not. I was just like, should I keep running or not? I don't really know. I was sort of in a bad spot tactically. Interestingly, I'm slowly getting... Actually, I didn't get shootable on that one, did I? Because I didn't kill anybody, but not with the bolty. Yeah, I'm like... It's funny how I'm sort of getting there. I need, like... this is like literally without even trying. Just doing random ones. I can't believe I've got 2 on customs. Oh yeah, this was from StatUp. That was why. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have stayed where I was, but I don't know. I thought, well, at least we'll flank and try and like be somewhere else, be in a different place. And the other option is just staying still. You know, it's not that much cover over there in general. Yeah, the only one, the one that I really wouldn't want to do is this one, the Ground Zero one. You know, like if you haven't done this one earlier, I think this is pretty painful. Sleepy beef. I am sleepy. I'm gonna head off. I am gonna head off, but it's been good. We've got the next quest we've got to do after assessment is key. Is it key to the tower? Oh god, what's it even called? So done assessment 3. Oh, it is key to the tower, yeah. So we're gonna have to find this transmitter body. I don't know whether this is even going to be up by the time because we just did it now. So I don't know whether tomorrow it's actually even going to be, like, I don't know if it's going to be active, because it says it's 24 hours on the wiki. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe should we try and, like, let's just quickly try to find a PMC on the scav run. It's always fun. I can have a look and see who we're going to raid in the meanwhile. Now the DLDSR thing worked out really well actually today. I didn't really see any problems with it at all. It's like the FPS is slightly lower than normal, especially using like the maximum DLDSR. It looks like the quality on everything is like really good. It's looking really nice. And the only map that it's, you know, I was worried about was Streets, and it just doesn't affect it because Streets is so CPU heavy that it makes no difference me doing it. So it's good, really. It's good. All right. What we got going on? What we got going on here, friends? 366 TKM FMJ. Surely is one of the bullets of all time. This guy got anything? Oh, that's also equally as bad. They're about as bad as each other. Get so much as touched, I'm dead. There's a lot of dead bodies up here. You gotta run out of this. Now, where was that? No. Ah. God damn it, man. Someone's been on the freaking scav rampage. Whoa. Stage 1, level 40 guy. Does it have to be done on the graphics setting? DLDSR you have to set in NVIDIA, whatever it's called. NVIDIA thingamajigger. In the NVIDIA control panel.
Зачем, бля, чё?
There's more scavs over there. Who's firing though? I need a splint. Oh. Okay. An auspicious end. Douchebag Steve, name checks out. I guess this guy's probably new. Yeah, relatively. Although you would think after like 580 raids or something. Maybe he doesn't. I mean, yeah, maybe he doesn't know. That's a lot of raids for 200 hours. I went from an i5 3550 to an RTX 580 to a Ryzen 5 5600 and a 6700 XT. It feels like nothing changed on any of the maps. Streets is still garbage. Yeah, Streets is garbage on every system. You're very kind. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you can only buy one of these red flares per go. Oh, never mind. Oh well. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's going on. It doesn't seem like anybody that I normally raid is around. Maybe we'll go Miss Dunks. Yeah. Go and raid her. Seems like she's maybe doing prestige tasks or something. Okay. Well, we got a few bits done today. Not too bad. You know, just felt pretty cash, given that we were doing labs. Honestly, not too bad. I mean, Raiders is like, you know, it's not quite the same, is it? Raiders is like one of the easier labs tasks. I should be back tomorrow. I don't think there's any reason why I won't be. So hopefully I will see you around in the afternoon, morning Eastern time, and afternoon my time in Europe. And I will catch you then. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.